Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, french fry obsessed elves, chubby chasing massage therapists, monster girls of all sizes, fetish reverse isekai plots, and muscle exercises. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 321. People be liking these thick monster girls. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and reviews about connected enhanced narratives. This is your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjourno, and what's up? Yes, we are back for another fun-filled episode of this illustrious podcast, and hope you guys are ready for a pretty fun ride, because we got some great titles to talk about that are the manga release of the week, and more importantly, we've got an interesting and very strange manga to talk about today. But first, beforehand, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is some podcasts and reviews about connectedly enhanced narratives. Pretty much what that means is that every episode we talk about one or two geeky topics, depending on the show you're listening to, and we tell you the pros and cons about it, how the art style is, the characters are, the plot, the image, the overall story arc, and if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't agree with anything that I and my co-hosts say, but we try to be educational, entertaining, enlightening, and most importantly, exciting. You can find any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. You can email us at spiraken@gmail.com. Our review archive is also on the website as well. But you can also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Apple Music, iTunes, Stitcher, and several other social media sites. Just type in Spiraken, S-P-I-R-A-K-N, or Zan Spiraken, and I guarantee you'll find us one place or another. Now that housekeeping is out of the way, let's get to something a little bit more exciting, shall we? Because it's been a week. We're almost ready to release our Anime Next review, and I'm kind of excited to have you guys listen to the interviews we had with Mappa and Kihara-san. I'm really excited to have you guys hear that, but we have to get the okay first from Anime Next. But we'll let you know how that is going on our Instagram and Twitter page. Now, there's some other things I want to go over, but I think we can talk about that probably later in another episode, because we're going to be releasing a very fun little Tales From episode, which this Tales From is going to be about a very interesting topic that most of us deal with at one time or another. I'm going to just hint at that there and leave it at that. And now let's get to news, specifically the manga releases of the week. And this week is a doozy. We've got an absurdly large amount of them. And what I mean by absurdly, I mean like crazy long. I'm talking about probably 50 titles at least. So for the ones that we currently have 20th Century Boys, The Perfect Edition, Volume 4, A Certain Magical Index, Volume 19, the light novel, not the manga, A Certain Scientific Accelerator, Volume 9, A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School, Volume 7, Excel World, Volume 18. I really thought that manga was done. I guess it's still going on, whatever. Again, Volume 9, Alice in Murderland, Volume 11, A Possum, Volume 3, As Miss Beelzebub Likes, Volume 6, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2 manga box set. I guess that Attack on Titan and Kodansha are not going to just do one straight up box set. They're going to just split it up by the story arcs, which is a little weird, but you know, that's how they roll, I guess. Yeah, Boarding School Juliet Volume 6, Batum Volume 25, Bungo Stray Dogs Volume 1, the light novel, not the manga. I'm kind of excited to see how that is translated in a light novel form. Also, Volume 11 of the manga for Bungo Stray Dogs is coming out. Dead Mount Death Play Volume 2, Divine Raiment Magical Girl Howling Moon Volume 1. These titles are getting weirder and weirder, I swear. For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams Volume 2, Gangsta Cursed, the sequel to Gangsta Volume 5, Goblin Slayer Side Story Year 1 Volume 2, the manga, so this is the prequel to Goblin Slayer. God Shining Moonlight Howling Moon Volume 1. See, another weird series with a really long, absurd title. I guess it's the new series that are coming out have weird titles. Golden Kamuy Volume 10, Hakumi and Mikochi, Tiny Little Life in the Woods Volume 6, Happiness Number 9, Hatsui Haru Volume 7, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon on the Side, Sword Oratory Volume 9, the light novel coming out. I don't know why there's so many side stories for Konosuba, it's so weird. I digress. Kaiju Girl Carmelisa Volume 1, the Kaiju Girl manga. Kakegurui Compulsive Gambler Volume 10, Konosuba An Explosion of This Wonderful World Volume 1, the manga, Little Miss P, Magasuki 11 through 13. I'm guessing that is going to be a compilation. Monster and the Beast Volume 1. My Little Pony, A Day in the Life of Equestria Volume 1 for all you MLP fans and bronies. I don't even know if they still exist anymore. I haven't heard anything about them in a while. My Youth Romantic Comedy Is Wrong As I Expected, Volume 11. My Youth Romantic Comedy Is Wrong As I Expected, Volume 7.5, the light novel. So you get both of them as well. Nurse Hitomi's Monster Infirmary, Volume 9, the manga. Oh Maidens in Your Savage, Season 2, the manga. That makes no sense. Shouldn't be Volume 2, not Season 2, but whatever. 1 Week Friends, Volume 7. Prison School, Volume 13. ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, Volume 10, the light novel. Now, this next one I'm really happy about because it was a digital release, and now we're getting an actual hard copy release. I'm definitely going to be buying it. I'm talking about Restaurant to Another World, the light novel. I'm excited to see how the light novel compares to the anime and the manga. We have Sailor Moon, Sailor Stars, Season 5, Part 1, the limited edition manga, and the regular edition manga coming out. You have Satan's Secretary, Volume 2, Silver Spoon, Volume 9, Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online, Volume 3, the manga, Sword Art Online Progressive, Volume 6, the light novel, the Asterisk Wars, Volume 10, light novel, the Empty Box and Zerith Marie, Volume 6, light novel, The Hero is Overpowered but Overly Cautious, Volume 1, light novel. That series I heard is about a guy who gets sent to an isekai world and he's super paranoid, so he's just like crazy. The Irregular at Magic High School, Volume 12, light novel. We have The Witch's House, The Diary of Ellen, Volume 2. This is manga, The Art of Urasawa Naoki. That's released only in London, I think. Tokyo Ghoul Re, Volume 11. Ultraman, Volume 12. Whenever Our Eyes Meet, the manga. I don't know if that's a one-shot or what. And finally, a new series called Woof Woof Story, I Told You to Turn Me Into a Pampered Pooch, Not Fenrir, Volume 2, the light novel. I have no idea what that one's about, but it sounds absurd and crazy. I guess it is going to be kind of weird and crazy. But so it's a pretty packed list this week. This is what came out yesterday on Tuesday. So we're going to see hopefully how these go out. And I'm going to put a bunch of these on the Wheel of Manga. I mean, we reviewed a lot of them, though. We reviewed God's Lair. We reviewed, like I said, Restaurant to Another World. We reviewed the original Sailor Moon series a long time ago. I don't know if we want to retread on that. I think I'm going to put Ultraman, Golden Kamui. Is it wrong to pick up girls? No, I think I'll put Kaiju Girls, and I'll try to put down the Heroes Overpowered but Overly Cautious to see how that goes. Let me know what you guys think about that. So that now that fun segment's out of the way, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the review of the episode. So, if you remember from the last episode I spun, that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And it dictated on to me that I'd be reviewing a manga that was written by Synecdoche and originally released in 2016 to present by Wani Books, and it's being released over here by Seven Seas. There's currently 4 volumes out in Japan, 2 volumes out here, and it is a ecchi comedy, fantasy, harem, seinen, slice of life exercise series. And the title of this one is called Elf-san wa Yasarenai, or Plus Sized Elf. This is a manga for those of you who don't feel happy in your bodies. It is a body positivity series in a very weird way. It's also like if you combined a fetish series with an edutainment manga with a little dash of sports manga into it to make a very weird and kind of pervy series that apparently is really popular. There is a Instagram model whose favorite series is this, and she actually cosplays as the main character, and it's kind of weird because it's a little. This is for people who like a little more meat on the bones of people. They like chubby girls or girls that are more out of shape, we'll say. But let's get to it, shall we? So the story is that there is this osteopathic relaxation clinic called the Smiley Boar Clinic. And people go there for problems that they have. If they have back issues, body issues, muscle problems. And they're helped by a human massage therapist named Nao Tomatsu, or Naue. And he works for Ino Akiha-san, this kind of full-figured woman that's a massage therapist who's also a drunk, constantly wants him to drink with her. He kind of flirts with her a little bit. And he admits that she's kind of why they have good clientele, because guys are into her. So one day he's off work, he's gonna go home, and his boss stops him and says, "There's a really creepy person here. Can you take this from me, please? I'll make it worth your while." Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. So he's like, "Fine, I'll do it." And he calls this person in. The person's name is Elfuda, and she's there for uh, the body massage and the diet plan. And when he sees her, she's wearing a tracksuit. She's got a ski cap on, and she has glasses and a mask over her face, one of those hospital masks that you see in Japan all the time. So he tells her she has to take some of the clothes off so he can work on her. So she opens up her shirt, her tracksuit, and she has a T-shirt underneath that says "I love oil." Kind of weird, but whatever. She takes off her glasses and her mask, and she is beautiful, like oddly beautiful, and like surprisingly super beautiful. And also, but she won't take her hat off for reasons. Her hat looks like there's some bumps that are a little higher than normal. Like if her ears are weird and elongated, he's kind of confused by it. He's like, whatever. So tell me a little bit about yourself. So you want to lose some weight? Like, yeah, I used to work in the forest all the time, and when I was in the forest, I was running and I was exercising. And now that I'm here, I don't lose weight. I want to go home and be able to look better. I want to look better so I can go home. And he's like, okay, all right. Is you forest? That's weird. So are you the forest of like Aokigahara or one of these other forests? She's like, no, it's the forest of Kamisio. Like, what the hell is Kamisio? That's a weird word. And then he's like, so how old are you? And she's like, I'm 200. I mean, I'm 20. She was going to say she was 200. What the hell? And she looks like she has big ears. She's from the forest. Her name is Elf. Fuda, like an elf? Maybe she's an elf. But he doesn't persist. He ends up giving her a massage, rubbing her back. She's getting very, well, it feels really good. And as she's enjoying the massage, her hat pops off and he sees she is a light elf. She's an elf. She has big ears and she has blonde hair. And he's like, oh my God, you're an elf. And she pulls out a bow and arrow and she's going to shoot him. He's like, human, you know my true identity. I'm going to kill you now because you know my true identity. It's all your human's fault anyway because you make the good food. Because where I'm from, we don't have any of this stuff. All we do is we boil food or we eat it raw. But no, you have the amazingness that is oil. And then you put the awesome French fries and I have to eat all of them. So apparently, Elfuda is a light elf who is addicted to French fries. And because she eats so many French fries, she has a little bit of a jelly belly, as she says. So she wants now to, or as she calls him, human, to help her lose the weight. And he says, look, I can help you. Look, we can do this. We'll help you lose the weight. And she says the reason why she has to lose weight is because she can't fit through the dimensional hole now because there's a dimensional gateway to go to her world. And because she's eaten so many French fries, she's a little too big for the gateway, apparently. So he ends up agreeing to help her, albeit because he kind of likes her, but more importantly, it's because she's got a bow and arrow pointed at him and he wants to save his life. So he ends up helping her. She loses her weight. Next time, it shows a month later. Oh, he's made sure she does not eat any French fries at all. She says, you can't have any French fries. No French fries, and you can work out and we'll do this. So she loses the weight. She's good. She's like, thank you so much. She's wearing a regular elf outfit. Looks really cute. And now she's able to go home. So she disappears and walks out of his life forever, or so he thinks. A week later, he decides to get himself a hamburger because he wants to take a treat for himself because he's worked so hard. And as he walks in, he sees in the corner of his eye a person shoveling French fries into their mouth wearing a t-shirt. Yes, Elfuda is still on Earth. What happens is that she kind of lied about the portal. It's not as hard to get in and out as it does, but now she can jump back and forth and she now knows the method to lose weight so she can go back home whenever she wants. And she's going to stay here to eat as many French fries as she wants. Also, she tries the other things like potato salad and chips. And she likes specific types of French fries and the different cuts and the different styles. So this is about her with that. Then the next story is it's like a month later, and he ends up going to a convenience store. He rented a movie for himself. It's his night off. He's going to relax. He goes to the convenience store and he notices something weird. Something short and small running around the convenience store. No, it's not a mouse. It is a short thing with a skull face. And the convenience store clerk is dark skinned and she's also wearing a hat. Turns out that
he stumbles upon the fact that this mean girl is actually a dark elf. This is Kuroda, a dark elf who's a convenience store clerk who's stressed out because she can't. Her power is low. Now, why is her power low? The reason why is that she has to have like rainments on, and when she wears her rainments, it gives her all the power she can. Since she's stuck on Earth, she has to, do work, and she works at this convenience store. And she wants to do well because it's only her and the manager, and she's been able to survive because she used to be able to have golems appear, and now she used to be able to summon 8 at a time. Now she can only summon one. Now, why can't she get the raiments on? Well, unlike our elf friend Elfuda, who has a jelly belly, this girl has a bubble butt. Whereas Elfuda says it looks like a chocolate manju bun. Yeah, because as she's threatening Naue, Elfuda shows up to yell at her. Well, actually, she's there because she wants to get French fries. And what type of French fries? She wants straight cut French fries. And she goes to buy it. Uh, Kuroda ends up throwing the money on the table, being very rude to her, and doesn't give her a straight cut, gives her wedge cut. And she hates wedge cut. She wants straight cut. And they have a huge argument. And she's going to kill the human, unless he can help her out, because she has a problem with her butt. And he notices that she has swelling in her legs. So what he's going to do is like, can you sit down for a second? He's going to do some massaging for her. And he ends up trying to massage her legs a little bit to get her to relax. And then when he massages her, it hurts. And she says, "You're trying to hurt me. You're in league with that white elf." And she stands up, and the pain in her feet are gone. It's like I'm sorry it hurt so much. It was just, they were so tense. I had to pop a pressure point, but it's good now. He's like, if you want to lose the weight and you want to relax, do these exercises every day. And he shows her a bunch of exercises that she can do. And they're very simple. It's like, leg raises and it's wall push ups, things like that. And so he ends up saving the day for this dark elf. And so, next chapter, uh, now he is trying to get Elfuda to not eat any more potatoes because she needs to lose weight, and she's constantly like, "I'm battling my weight loss because I want to be thin, but I like potatoes." So he's like, "I'll find you some other food." So they end up going to a fish market. And what is it? This fish market? There's a girl who's kind of has a weird accent. She's acting kind of strange, and as they're talking, she stops in the middle of her sales pitch, goes, gets a bucket, fills it with water, pours anti-chlorine fluid into it, and then sticks her head into it. What the hell? Turns out this girl is Marrow. She is a mermaid. She works at the fish market, and her thing is that she has problems with her arms. Her arms are flabby because she can't swim anymore. And she's not able to swim in her human form. It's not good. Because she has like a mermaid, she has a tail, but she's able to be human form. When she's in human form, she's not. She's just walking around. So her legs are now good, but her arms are. So he ends up teaching her different weight techniques, including something I didn't know. If you fill up a 2-liter bottle, that's 3 pounds, and you can do exercises with that. So that is how he saves a day. And then she horrifies Elfuda by making a joke about that the caviar that she gave them was her fish eggs, and now Elfuda will never eat fish again. Oh no, back to the drawing board. And then from there it goes to some of the other characters they deal with. Like there's a Mandragora, pretty much a plant person who has on her top of her head she has a little flower, and as she's in the sun, the flower gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and also her boobs get bigger and bigger and bigger. And he has to fix her back issues because he buys her a corset because Elfuda bought a corset that'll make her thin, or so she thinks. It doesn't. So he ends up giving her a corset, and that helps her out. And also gives her a parasol. So during the day, she goes under the parasol, and her flower gets smaller, and she likes the human. And then there is another situation where you have the two elves end up dragging the boss to a hot springs. And what's in the hot springs? There's a rumor that at midnight a monster shows up in the sauna. Maybe they've never been to a sauna before, so they go into a sauna, and in the sauna there is an ogre girl, and she's big and kind of chubby. And why is she big and chubby? Because she drinks beer after she goes to the sauna because it's good, and that's what she does. It's all about a beer for her, and so they have to teach her exercises to lose beer. You get the joke. Every single chapter, there is a monster girl who has some sort of issue. He's able to resolve it until it gets to the obligatory point of them having a beach episode. And even the beach episode has a new girl shows up. And we have girls like this, like Canthrope shows up, an orc shows up, a hobbit girl shows up, a succumbus shows up who likes to cook food for him. He wants to make her, she wants to make him fat, not her fat, because she likes cooking. So obviously, Synecdoche is obsessed with chubby girls and fat, which is kind of, hey, it's your thing. If you're cool with that, that's cool. I mean, it's fine to have, it's fine. It's fine to show the healthy aspects of it. It's kind of weird. It's a very, let's be honest, it's a very fetishy manga. It's focusing on, there are these shots that are fan servicey, but they're like fan service for guts and for flabby arms and flabby legs and flabby thighs. And it's not particularly my cup of tea, to be honest with you. It's intriguing, I will admit, up to a point, especially when you have some of the more interesting designs for the characters. Like, I love the Lycanthrope's design. I love the Succumbus's design. The orc, I think, is garbage because they pull the trick that Japan has where the orc is like a pig girl. Like, if you first see her, she's like, "Don't eat the piggy." And you're like, what? It's like, but, when I think of orc, I think, well, Lord of the Rings changed the aspect of orc. If you look at the history of orcs, originally orcs had like big faces, and then they changed them to be more like bastardized elf goblin things. So it depends on what you think. I don't like that style of orc. I don't like the pig style. So it's kind of but it's not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's a manga that is very, we'll say, it's of a particular taste. Now, besides the design of the girls, it is well drawn. It's very, uh, it has its own style that you could tell it's its own style. Synecdoche has definitely a style that you can tell it's something which is unique to them, and it's intriguing. And I gotta say, it's not bad. Also, the designs of the characters and also the scenes when they're doing the exercises are drawn really well and they're very detailed. I give it points for that. Uh, I just, like I said, I knock off points because it is. You could tell this probably was a doujinshi at one point, where a lot of other stuff happened. The French fry porn is a little much. Elfuda has like that, the ahego, the cum face, whenever she's eating French fries. So yeah. So out of our rating system, I'm gonna have to give this a gift from your crazy Aunt Muriel. It is okay but forgettable. Now, you're probably wondering why am I saying it's okay but forgettable? Because it is such a weird manga. It's such a niche manga. The reason why is that honestly, I'll probably forget about this next week. I'm not into the scene. It's not my demographic. I'm surprised Seven Seas. Well, Seven Seas picked it up for reasons, and they can, and it's an ecchi series, so I'm fine with that. Everyone has their own thing, but I just, it's not for me, and it loses a lot of points for the fetishy aspects of it. I mean, if you disagree with me, you can email me, zanspiraken.com. Let me know what you think. It's not my thing. And it's a little off putting at times. Not really. It's just that the girls, I find, like, some look really good, some do not look good. It's like the design of the characters, some are designed really well, and they're actually like, they look like the design work for the character is very well done. It looks good. But then there are others that it looks bad. And I don't know. It's just like some of the designs I don't like. I don't like them. I'm like the orc, I don't like the design. The ogre, I don't like the design. The mermaid, really, I don't like the design because they gave her piranha teeth. And, well, anyway, I'm just babbling. Like I said, if you disagree with me, email me, zanspiraken.com. You can email me personally at spiraken@gmail.com. You can direct message me at Spiraken. And, well, so now that the review's out of the way, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, a Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. What is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. Organizers are going to spin that one, that only the Wheel of Manga whatever number it lands on, that's what we're reviewing the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 322. And we've got some very cool and very fun series on there. Also, right now there is a cat who has appeared. Ta-da! The Maddie has shown up. Anyway, so let us get to that part and spin and see what we're going to do, because we have some great titles, like I said. Golden Kamui's on there and some other weird ones. So let's see. That was a pretty good spin. Number 5. So, in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, I'm going to be reviewing a manga about a bear, or multiple bears. I don't know. It's called Kuma 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 Bear. Okay, Kuma 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 Bear. So it might be about 3 bears. It might be a comic book version of We Bear Bears. I don't know. We'll find out. So, I guess that's it for this episode. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next time. This is your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Keep reading manga. Bye.